Okay everyone, welcome back to video number 7 in this series, running through the Long Dark. We're in Camp Office. We are on day number 12 of our run through, so let's just go back to where we left off before in the last video. Day number 12. We didn't do a great deal, to be honest. We transferred some equipment from the dam to Camp Office, which is where we now are. We fought off a wolf and we did suffer a little bit of an injury. And we did a little bit of housekeeping, just tidying things up and sorting equipment out and what have you. Yeah, we had a little bit of an injury, but we've recovered from it. Our condition is currently 100%. We're pretty well hydrated, we're a little bit hungry, but generally we're in pretty good condition. So, what we're going to do today, we're going to head back to the dam. We're going to have a look at the transition zones, which I want to show you, and then we'll bring back some of the last bits and pieces we've got over there. So, before we go, let's just have a quick look at what we're carrying and whether we need to be carrying it. Well, we've got a reasonable amount of food, so I'll go with that. Got the hunting rifle with 10 rounds of ammunition in it. We've got a little bit of firewood, and yeah, I'd say we're probably okay with what we've got. We haven't got very much water there, so I'm probably just going to take an extra litre, which still keeps us within our transport limits. So let's get out there. Now normally I would sort of light a fire, take a torch and do all of this kind of stuff, but let's just go outside and have a look at what the weather's doing, because when we came the other way the weather was actually pretty good, so we didn't really need it. Let's see, ooh, we're minus 20, so the weather is not so good this time around, so yes, I think I'm going to do that. Could do my normal little travelling trick. So let's we'll use this stove since it's nearest. We shall light it, and we shall use a stick. Let's just start that fire. And what we'll do, we'll make some coffee, and we'll take a torch before we start our little trip. And again, you're gonna have to forgive me for this one. My voice is still not 100%. I'd actually say it's probably a little bit worse than it was in the last video. I'm actually filming these two videos back to back, so it's only been 10 minutes since I finished the first video, but my voice really has sort of gone downhill a little bit in that 10 minutes, so you're going to have to forgive me if my voice is really not very good. Let's just add some fuel to this fire, and we'll cook up some coffee. I didn't realise I hadn't got that many sticks. I need to pick some more sticks up when we're travelling back over. And we'll go ahead and drink that before it goes cold. Okay, so that gives us a warmth bonus and an energy bonus, and we're just going to take a torch from this fire, which will help us outside. So let's go back outside, and we'll head back to the dam. I'm going to head back down the railway as well. So what's our feels like temperature now? Feels like 16, 15, 13, so you know, it's making a difference. It's 7 degrees or so warmer, or it feels that with this torch. And the torch also comes in handy for getting rid of wolves, and there were several of them around when we came the other way, so dear, I just wonder what that was for a second there. Okay, so we're quite early in the morning here, the snow's falling, there's a bit of mist around. You'll notice, certainly with weather patterns in this game, you tend to get mist first thing in the mornings, sort of relatively predictably when it's going to do it. But it doesn't normally stop you from travelling. Just need to keep a sharper eye on what's going on, and bear in mind it will be a bit colder, but we're okay, we're doing fine. Just need to keep an eye open for wolves and what have you, particularly when we head near to derailment and the train loading area, because you tend to get them wandering around there. so our interesting. Well, it's been a quiet week. Obviously, as I say, I'm filming video 6 and 7 back to back, so I've been down to London. Haven't really done a great deal else, if I'm honest. There's a wolf. Oh, let's go. We might as well get these clocks. Oh, there's two. Oh, they're both still here. Excellent. Oh, joy. Well, one of them's run off. I don't quite know what he's doing. Okay, well, that got rid of him. Hopefully. Hopefully. Just gotta watch the other one. Oh dear. Dear, dear, dear. Okay, I've lost the other one. I don't know where he is, but hopefully he's run far enough away to not be a problem. Although that one's running the direction we're travelling in, so I might just change my plan very slightly. We'll see where he goes. I think he's there, but he is sort of coming back this way. I might go down this way, just to try and avoid him, simply because every time you brandish the torch, it does significantly reduce its burn time. So, rather try and avoid him rather than have to scare him off. So we'll go around the back, and then we'll I think I'll drop back down this way and go down to the river, which is where you get to down here. Just show you a slightly different route across this map. Do have to be a bit careful because there are wolves that sort of frequent around this area as well, and in fact I think I can see one in the distance. So it might be a deer actually, it's a bit too big I think to be a wolf. I think it is actually a deer. Okay, so we're carrying on down back onto the river. Yeah, so it's been an interesting week. Well, not very much has happened other than London, but tomorrow I'm hoping to get a bit more video recording done, Kerbal Space Program videos coming together, quite a lot of editing involved in those. So I want to try and get those sorted out so we can get some Kerbal Space Program out there. I've also been looking at new cars. My current car is a Ford Fiesta Zetec S, which I'd like to try and upgrade to a full-on Fiesta ST if I can. So I'm seeing what kind of deals I can get out of the Ford dealer so I can get myself an ST. And you will see a little bit of that on this channel as well, because my channel is sort of all sorts of bits and pieces that happen. It's just mainly games at the moment because it's winter and not very much is happening, but you'll get a bit of motorsport and cars and other things on there as well. But yeah, so looking at a new car, which I'm hoping to go and have a excuse me. Oh, my throat. Ooh, no, I'm not going to break the branch down. I'm only after sticks. Oh, there goes my torch. Oh, no, what holds that? 'Cause it's no good to me anymore. Weather's cleared up quite nice actually, temperature-wise. Still pretty good. So this has been a nice run back over. I might even harvest this deer if I haven't done it already, and I don't think I have. Is that a branch? Yes, I'm not going to bother with that. Let's have a quick look at our... oh, we've got 1 kilo of meat, we've got the hide, we've got the guts. How long is that going to take me? 1 over 35? It's going to burn quite a lot of calories. Okay, I'm going to take a chance. It has suddenly gone cold. My conditions dropped quite a lot. Whoa, yes. Okay, not a problem. We're not too far from the door. Let's get ourselves in. And then hopefully we shouldn't freeze. Okay. Oh dear, my voice really is on the way out again. Right, so we're back in the dam. So let's drop various bits and pieces that we've got. We've got a deer hide and we've got some guts, we can drop those. Rather try and sort of congregate them around the same area. But I'm doing this so that I don't use lantern fuel, but you can't see what I'm doing, so let's turn that on so you can see what I'm up to. I'm going to put these on the floor, simply because I can't stack them on the table, as you can see. Oh, I had a brief moment of green there. Pop that one over there. Excellent. Okay, so that's all that sorted out. Okay, I'm not too bothered about the fact that we're starving. For what we're going to do in the rest of this video, we should be okay. So let's head back downstairs. What I want to do is show you one of the transition zones. This is a transition zone that goes to Pleasant Valley, and it's accessed through the lower section of the dam. It does involve going back outside though, so we might just sort of linger a little bit before I actually go out. In fact, what I might do is buy our fire barrel here. So I'm carrying a little bit of deer meat, so let's get rid of that. What I should have done is refueled this storm lantern before I came back down here, because we've got plenty of fuel at camp office, but I didn't think to do it. So there's another rifle under here. I had not seen that. Excellent. So we've actually got another rifle. Brilliant. Now we've got 2 rifles. That's great. That doesn't happen every day. Ah, I completely failed to notice that. It's got me worried about what else I might be missing. Okay, so let's head down to the lower dam into this first room. In this first room you'll see there's a door. The door heads out to the lower, it says leave lower dam, but you'll notice it's got a push bar on it. It's a fire door, which means it's a one-way door. So if we go out through this door, we are now on the other side of the dam wall, but we can't go back in that way. Let's get rid of this. This is the transition area to Pleasant Valley. And you can see at the back here we've got sort of odds and ends, we've got things that we can break down for firewood. You can break down all of this, you've got planks, you've got pallets, we've got some scrap metal that we can collect. You can break it all down for firewood, which is great. Let's have a look in this metal container, see if there's anything in there. Some matches. Some newsprint, we'll take that. I'm not going to break any of it down because, well, just because we don't really need to. If you head down this way, I'm not going to go too far, but if you head down this way, this is where you will go if you want to head towards Pleasant Valley. You'll head that way and you'll go down and you'll end up on this frozen river, which is obviously on the other side of the dam wall, and that will allow you, if you carry on that way, you'll eventually get to a cave which allows you to transition to Pleasant Valley. I'm not going to do that right now, but later in this series we are going to head to Pleasant Valley and I'll show you the route. Right, now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to get back into the dam. So we've come out through this door which we can't now go back in through. So if you're arriving back from Pleasant Valley, how do you get back in? Well, what you have to do is cross the dam. And this can be a bit tricky. A bit more scrap metal there. We'll pick it up. Across the dam without falling off it. Now, I've never fallen off here, but I assume it's instant death if you do. So, best to avoid it, particularly this little bit here. Be a little bit careful. Across the dam. There's actually a dead deer there, look. So we've got the opportunity to harvest the dead deer. This area on top of the dam is safe. You don't get wolves up here. Down there, on the other hand, is not. You do get wolves down there. Okay, so this area here. I'm just going to have a quick sweep round because obviously there's been some updates. There isn't normally anything around here other than a few pallets that you can break down. There's no loot or anything usually, but as there's been some updates, we'll have a little bit of a look. No, nothing. That's cool. To be expected, but we have got another deer, so we might as well. Probably not going to bother with the meat. Now, my only slight concern is that I'm already freezing. Can I just get the hide? How long is that going to take me? Well, it's going to stay here. I don't want to do it because I don't want to catch hypothermia. Look like a campfire though. Have I got? Yeah, let's do that. Let's light a small campfire. Let's do that. Because that'll help warm us up as well. Well, that's just fine. Let's do that again. Okay, so just like a little bit of fire. Lighting a fire like this next to a frozen carcass also helps to thaw the carcass out. Now this is a ravaged deer carcass, so there's not really very much to salvage on it, but this fire will help us in a couple of different ways. So this is probably a worthy thing to show you. As you can see, that's already dropped, and it's dropping, so it's no longer as frozen. Let's just throw some fuel on here. I'm going to throw that torch on as well, because that will a little bit of fuel. As you can see, it's no longer as frozen. And I think that actually reduces how long it's going to take us to harvest this. If we get it to a certain point. They do have to watch out with outdoor campfires because it is affected by the wind. Crow feather. There's another one over there. While the fire's doing its job of thawing out the deer a little bit. Crow feather, I'll take that. Whoa, yeah, be careful. I've had a very embarrassing death where I stood in the campfire and set myself on fire and burned to death, which was embarrassing. Don't want to do that again. So don't stand in your fire. Crouch down. I don't think I'm not sure if crouching makes any difference, but you can see our feels like temperature is 11 degrees. We're warming up. We're not going to get really cold. So let's take this hide, let's take these guts. We're going to harvest that. Fire's going to go out before we finish, but that's not a problem. And there we go. Perfect. I'm not going to bother with the meat because it's just so little. It's hardly worth bothering with. Let's take that crow feather. Right, no. How do you get back into the dam? What you have to do, you come up here. We might as well pick up that bit of scrap metal. You come up this way. We've got a couple of bits of reclaimed wood. Okay, obviously, yeah, I can't get through that door, but you can get through that window. So that's how you get back into the dam. So that's the transition area, and you'll see if you've looked at the previous video, we're in the room that's at the far end of that dam. So that's where you come back in. So we now need to make our way back through the dam, back to the main hall. So there you go, that's the transition zone to Pleasant Valley, which is here at the dam. Let me just I haven't got very much lantern fuel, so whether this is going to last... No, it's not even going to light. Oh, there we go. Right. Hopefully, this will last long enough to get us back up. Random place for a torch. And it's gone. Okay, not a problem. Let's light the torch. We might as well light the torch. Do you know what? I've yet to find the flint in this game. I assume it's there, as it's an option. I've had fire strikers before, but I've never had a flint. So I assume they spawn, but never come across one. Okay, so heading back through the dam, and look, we're back in this room. There's the door that heads back outside. So there you go. That's how you get to the Pleasant Valley transition zone in the dam, and we'll have a look at it properly. Sort of probably a few videos along where we head across to Pleasant Valley. But right now we're going to stick with Mystery Lake. So what we're now going to do, I'm going to go and start a fire. I'm probably going to do a reasonably long fire, depending on how much fuel I'm... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's just head up top and just see if we can get hold of some crates and some more reclaimed firewood. I don't know if this torch is going to light. No, I think that's just answered my question. I'm going to have to use a match because that's all I've got left. Really should have refueled that stuff. That was an amateur mistake. That was forgetting to do that. Refuel the storm lantern where I actually had some fuel. Oh, the match has gone out. I don't want to waste a flare, you see, so... It always freaks me out a bit, because I'm always scared something's going to leap at me from the dark when I'm walking along with a match. Okay, so, that's the fire. Magnifying glass isn't going to work. Let's start this with a stick, and yeah, let's get that lit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to mass produce some water. I've got one piece of venison to cook, and I'm going to mass produce some water. I'm going to try and produce quite a lot of water. You can never have enough water. Even if we end up leaving most of it behind here, it'll come in handy when we later go to move to other areas. So, let's dump. How much time we got left? We've got 3 hours of daylight left. And we'll put a 4-hour fire on, so that should be fine. So let's cook that piece of venison that we've got. Okay, so that's that done. And let's go ahead and we'll do 4 litres of water. Which took about an hour. Okay, let's go ahead and boil it.
I need to rest soon.
Yes, don't worry about that. You will get to rest, never fear. So 1.5. That's only got about 45 minutes left, which we're comfortably going to. Just boil it. Yes, we're tired. I know we're tired. Okay. I'm then going to take another torch, because this will then get me back upstairs. Okay, so let's head upstairs. And we're going to have to sleep. I think if I'm honest with you folks, my voice is not very good. So we've done a little bit of a whistle stop tour. I was hoping to take you out to the other transition zone, which is the one that goes to Coastal Highway, and show you where that is. But I think my voice is on the brink of packing up. So I think I'm going to cut this video short, and in the next video we'll head out to that transition area, and I'll show you where all of that is. So for now I'm going to go ahead and eat. Hopefully enough to get me through the night. Gotta eat, drink. And then we'll just fill in our journal very quickly, which is going to be quite short. So apologies for a fairly short video. Hopefully we can sort of get ourselves back on track next time out. But all we've done today is we've headed back to the dam. We've explored the outer dam. And the river, and we've just basically done a bit of housekeeping and water. So that's basically what we've done. So again, apologies, I've gone very croaky, very quiet at the end of this one. 12 days, 13 hours in. We're going to call it a little bit shorter than normal. And next time round we'll go and look at the other transition zone, and we'll take whatever we've still got over here back to camp office, take stock of what materials we have, and then we might go and do a little bit of hunting to try and increase our stock of pelts, so we can start getting some of that clothing crafted, which I think is what we're going to start doing next. So let me just extinguish this. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Extinguish this torch. I'm going to place my bedroll, and we shall sleep for 11 hours, which will take us... I pressed the wrong button.
Man, I am too tired to think straight.
Oh, stop it. Okay, so the rest is the following morning. There we go. Okay, so condition 100%, we're 13 days, 1 hour in. We're encumbered, but that's because we're carrying a lot of stuff. Not a problem, we'll sort that all out. So next time round, we will we'll head over to the other transition zone, and we'll get ourselves back over to camp office and start crafting a little bit. So thanks again for watching. Sorry that it's a little bit short and I'm a little bit croaky, but hopefully we'll see you again soon, and we'll normal service will hopefully be resumed. Take care, see you soon.